front of the car on the bottom. Can we see some? Sure. I don't know which one you're talking about. One that flashed at the car at the bottom. Talking about car, like the one, this one. Sometimes I'll do this one and just run with it, like flash off that, and then you just peek right with it. Like I love flashes that you can peek with. Like if they're looking at you, they're getting blind, or you know, or if they're turning around and juking it, you're shooting them in the back of the head. You know. Oh, when you rush banana. Which one's he talking about? Is it CT? I'll just pretty much show all the ones I know. This is a really good flash. Right there, either for a teammate, like even right here, you're flashing for a teammate. Usually you'll have like one guy here aggro. You'll have one guy aggro peeking banana. And you have one guy with a flash cocked. And if that guy gets blind or he gets put on some pressure, this guy throws a quick counter flash or a flash to help him out. You could also react to it yourself if you wanted. You know, go with it. Boom. It's a really sick pop flash right there. Always a classic. Always a classic. This is a really good pop flash that you can make a play on. Let's say they smoke spawn, or if they even don't smoke spawn, but let's just say if they smoke spawn, you can throw this guy right off the wall, run with that shit, boom, turn around. You just get all kinds of people blind right here. It pop flashes like right there. Pretty much you just, you know, flash and then run backwards with it. Really good pop flash. You'll see some pros do it. Yeah, I saw that smoke on Reddit. Best plant spots. Oh. But yeah, that's most of the good flashes at B that I can think of right now. Honestly, I do these flashes a couple times. These are kind of YOLO flashes though. I'll throw like a flash like this and peek with it. Pretty much a perfect pop flash for mid. Or sometimes I'll throw, you'll see me throw this one too when I peek mid. Right like that. Terrace, you can always go like this. Run with that shit. Throw this one when you're going to the site. I mean, this one's always an okay one to do. Sometimes I do it like this too. If I'm like stuck in the closet, need to go away, throw a little poppy in the air. This is a good one, classic. Really sick pop flash for Moto. A lot of times you want to just synchronize some like help with your teammate too. If you're Moto and you're spotting here, you should be calling before the action happens. Be like, hey, does anyone have a flash for me from pit that, you know, as I see someone, you can flash for me? Obviously, you like won't talk about it like a book like that, but and as soon as you see someone, you be like, flash. This guy throws a deep flash from, you know, there, boom, you peek with it. It's always good to be, you know, communicating and having those things brought up before it actually happens. Because if you're asking for that flash with someone that, you know, it's never done it with you before and you don't have that chemistry, it's going to be hard to do. Don't go so fast. This is a good smoke. Yo, this is a good one, man. You always need to know this one. I go mid haystack, so, you know, equal with the haystack there. Mid window, go up the window, touch the roof, let that go. You always need to smoke out pit when hitting porch. Smoke out pit, then you can go up in the site, you know, and not worry about pit so much. Or if you want to have like a sick wall of smoke, which people, you know, pros do. I'll show it in a second, but I'll show you the two smokes together. Makes like a nice little wall. So yeah. But the hotbox smoke is shadow. Go to the shadow like that. You get even with it. And then classic view models like always. You put a little triangle right there with your smoke. Right on the dark part of that window. So see the dark part of the window? Boom, little triangle. and that gives a hot box smoke. How happy are you with your fade? Dude, I love the fade. Adrian, how do you jump down from upper to lower on vertigo? What's a good CT default on Inferno? A CT default? Honestly, I wouldn't play apartments too much like defaultly, man. Like playing apartments as a CT is kind of like something you'll do to just, you know, throw a curveball at the team. Like most of the times you won't play in apartments. Like you'll have one guy here spotting, and then most of the time he'll take a few pop shots, maybe go for like a kill or two, and then he'll want to fall back, because once you fall back into these angles, like think about it as a terrorist. What do you hate doing? Like you love fighting people here at mid. Like you like people just like a gunfight to gunfight. It's once you get past this section right here that it's so hard, because there's so many angles. Like where do you look? Pit, graveyard, site, balcony. So like you want to funnel people into these choke points and crossfires. Again, I've been playing for 6 months, have around 400 hours logged. I'm double AK, tend to play very inconsistent. One game with 30 kills, another with 10 to 20. I mean, it can really be anything, but it sounds like you could be relying too much on your aim, or you need to work on your game sense. You know, you're not setting yourself up well. A lot of times if you're inconsistent, it has to do with your aim. Most of the time. And it doesn't have to do with your gameplay, because your gameplay is pretty much non-existent. So then if your aim's not good, you have no gameplay to rely on. If your aim's not good, you're not good that day. So a lot of the times you need to work on like setting yourself up so that you're not always, you know, if your aim's not good, it doesn't completely trash your game. I mean, it's really hard to say why you're inconsistent, but I mean, you could always record a demo or watch back your matchmakings and just kind of see what you're doing wrong. If you check out some of my YouTube videos, you know, just find tendencies what you're doing wrong. You know, check out my sensitivity video. Make sure you're kind of in the range of a decent sensitivity. Crosshair placement's key. I'm probably gonna make a new angles video soon. Cause angle and more peaking, like a little bit more advanced. I have a peaking one right now, and I think I might have like a general angle one, or like I talk about angles in some videos, but I think I'm gonna make a little bit more advanced one. Some arch smokes as CT, some arch flashes. You mean like this one here? This one's always really good to kind of flash for yourself. Arch here, I mean, you just want to gun out here. Like you don't want to do too much crazy. Like you could do that, and then like kind of peek with it. Like make sure you gun out. Oops, I'm bad. But I don't really flash too much here. You might do like a Rambo like this, but. Oh yeah, if you're ever rotating, like say you got smoked out here or something, or you know they're coming up, if you're rotating library, you can flash like this and run with it. So pretty much I put the right side of this wall match with the left side of that window. It's pretty much like that, and aim at the right hand side of the window, or the wall. Throw that flash, oh my god, and then flash yourself in the face. Pretty sure it's like maybe not perfectly. So it's like that more.
Gay!
Pretty sure you just gotta be running more. I'm just like being a pussy, trying to show you guys. How long till some matchmake? No rush. Just wondering. We'll probably start right now. That's a really sick flash though. Like you'll get so many people just blind with that flash. Can you show us the hot pop flash from lobby on hut pop flash from lobby on nuke? The one where like you rush out of hut with it? I prefer the M4A4. I like the 30 bullets. Especially on Inferno. Like if they smoke this arch, I like the opportunity of, you know, wasting a couple bullets on this mid spam. Like you can get some really easy kills. And sometimes you're scared to do it with Silence M4 because you don't have that many bullets. And honestly, when you're getting rushed, especially at a spot that gets rushed, like having the 10 extra bullets here at arch is so nice, especially here at B. Like a choke point like here, 10 bullets can save your ass so bad. I mean, there can be times where a silencer might be better for you. Like if you're playing like a rotator role and you're not really like holding a rush spot, it might be better to have a silenced Colt because, you know, you're supporting from the side, so you're kind of shooting people not directly on, so silencers could help. And plus, you're usually not facing like 3 people at a time, so you can not worry about the 20 bullet.
Gay!
My donation bar is so sweet right now. Thanks, Shears. Could you try to teach them while you play some matchmake? Yeah, that'd be a good idea, dude. Any tips for opping? How to get better reactions? When to peek? When not to peek? I wouldn't worry about reactions, man. Everyone thinks opping is about reactions. I don't think it's about reactions at all. I touched a little bit on this, like, within the first 5 minutes of this lesson. About, like, angles on nuke and whatnot. But, I mean... there's, like, so many different things to talk about with opping. Like, setting yourself up in unpredictable angles, not always opping, you know, cautious angles is what I talked about earlier. So if you're opping arch, you'll probably not want to play this angle because once again, as a terrorist, that's where you're expecting someone to be. So everyone's always jiggle peeking this. Think about it. Every time, you know, maybe not at everyone's level, but everyone's always gonna jiggle peek library like this and then moto like this with some pre-fires. So opping this is so tough because you don't know if you need to hold your crosshair really tight to get someone jiggle peeking, or if you need to give yourself some space to react to a guy that's not going to jiggle peek and he's just going to, you know, fling across real fast. So it's kind of hard playing the spot when it's so obvious and whatnot. So this would be one of those angles where you don't want to hold too long. And that's honestly like this angle too sometimes. Like it's an obvious angle that always gets pre-fired. And hey, Jen, do you know any pros that use a different view model? No, I honestly don't. I think custom view models are dumb, but in my opinion. Like, this angle is so obvious. Sometimes if I hold this angle, it's either a really small crack, like I'm going just for a reaction shot, like I'm not looking at anything. I'm going for a reaction shot, like if he jiggle peeks me or whatnot. Or if I'm going for just like, if I'm not doing a really tight angle on this one, I'm doing like, I'm holding this angle here, and then peeking. Not peeking. Going back to the passive angle, peeking for a little bit here. Because you always kind of want to be the peeker in CSGO. Especially when you're opping. Like, a lot of the times you'll be holding this, and you'll get raped by a guy just coming up here and going, boom. Because he's got that peeker's advantage on you. So a lot of the times you want to be that peeker. So holding these angles is not that good so much. Sylvia, it's not much. I need to save some money to get a decent mouse. Just wanted to say thanks for taking the time to give us some tips and how-tos. My sub will stay active. Thanks, Sylvia. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, bro. So yeah, playing like instead of playing the angle like this, once again, you could take a more passive angle, such as an angle like this, because usually, like, obviously, it's not as, you know, they're not as cautious. Their guards kind of let down once they get to this point because there's also this angle they have to check here. So they have to risk, you know, turning their back to check that, or risking their back and not checking that and, you know, still aiming at you. But what you can do is like hold that passive angle like this, and then, you know, you be the peeker, boom. You be the peeker. Go back to passive, hold for a little bit, boom, you peek. So if he happens to peek you, this is what you're kind of going at. So if he peeks, he's jiggle peeking, oh, this guy's not peeking me, this guy's not peeking me. And then, you know, he kind of puts his guard down for a split second and starts walking out, and boom, you peek him. Is there any guide for smoke placements as a left-handed in-game? Not that I know of, man. I really don't know. I mean, a lot of mine, I try to get with my crosshair the best I can. Zid, gonna leave for now to watch NBA Spurs vs Heat.
Gay!
Gay! Basketball gay! Thanks for watching, man. Appreciate it. But yeah, about the last one, I really don't know, but a lot of the ones I try to get, if I can, I try to get it with my crosshair, you know? But sometimes you just can't get it with your crosshair and you gotta do a view model one. But, I don't know, maybe someone in chat could help you out with the left-handed ones. But for example here, like, the pit one, you go even with the haystack and you use your crosshair right above there. An arch one that I do, it's random, but I come to this wall and aim at the top of that roof. Like, this one here, coming to the logs there, aim above, right there, boom. That one's with my crosshair. This one's with my thumb. I put my thumb like right in between those two metal things. And that smoke spools. What other one do I have? This one here is pretty good. I just aim like, I aim as if like, you know, that was like a square. Like if that extended and went down with that, I kind of aim just like right where that corner would be, you know what I mean? And that does a perfect porch smoke. A perfect one. You know, and then this one's also a crosshair one. Go even with the wall here. Go mid-window. Up until you hit the roof there. So mid-window, boom. And that'll do. Messing up the smokes I invented. Right window, up. God, I haven't thrown these smokes in a while. And it hits off the wall pretty good, so it explodes, you know, makes it explode a little faster. Can you make videos for left-handed? I don't know. I'd have to, like, relearn them all with the left hand. What you can do, though, is, like, you can figure them out pretty easy yourself, you know what I mean? Like, so what, this one is, the hotbox one is a view model smoke. So, like, what you do is, like, that's where it is with the right hand.
Gay!
Like, that's where it is with a right-handed model right there. So what you do is just, you line it up perfectly, change it, and then just see where you're, see if you can find a spot where to line it up. You like basketball? Got your favorite team? Greets from Germany. I do not like basketball, dude. I don't know if I've ever watched a game in my life. Yeah, I guess I watched like one game of March Madness this year, but I'm not a fan though, no. So I mean, you could do that. But I mean, if that doesn't line up with anything, then you gotta like change the position to, so you can just find something to line it up with. Yeah, you could toggle the right hand, exactly, Sim. What did someone say? How do you bounce back from a losing streak? Did I talk about that, Ghost? I thought I answered that. Do you know the smokes Fnatic uses in the GR? In their GR? What do you mean? I forget the arching one that's like from back here. I learned it the other day and then... I didn't learn it the other day, but I thought I don't know, the one usually I do, honestly, it's really good to like wing the smoke, like make sure it's clear. A lot of time I'll do that. It's sketchy, but it's really good because if you throw on the fly, smokes are always really good, guys. Like instead of throwing the spawn one always from back here, like throwing it at the last second right here is really good. Like when your teammates are already creeping in, it's a lot better to throw on the fly smokes because it's less. Like, the CTs don't have enough time to react as if they would if they saw a smoke flying over. What percentage of the time should a team practice / gyro and stuff in a server alone versus scrim? I would say like 75% scrim, 25% practice. I would say that's good. Definitely good. Yeah, but back to that timing thing. Like on the fly, smokes can be really good because, let's say you're a CT. Once again, you gotta think about it as you're thinking from the other team. If you see a smoke come like this, if you see a smoke coming over like that from spools, you're like, oh, they're smoking. All right, they're coming. I'm getting my flash ready. Boom, I'm ready for when they come in. I'm gonna pop flash them like that, and I'm gonna be ready for it. But if you don't throw any smoke and you walk in, and then as soon as your teammates make contact, this guy instantly smokes, and boom, you go in. There's no like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you're not really choreographing your hit. Like that's what can really make, like changing your strats up of how you hit a site is like, if you're always smoking before you hit, you're really choreographing your hit and just letting them know that you're coming. But sometimes, like, throwing big smokes like this can help throw a fake. Oh my god, I can't line that smoke up. Because, like, they're obviously going to be able to see these smokes from a mile away and call them. So sometimes it's really good to throw those fake smokes like that. But sometimes it's good to smoke. There's so many ways to hit a site, guys. Like, you can smoke and then throw a flash, not hit with it.
A live lesson.
Not hit with it, and then flash again, and then hit on your second flash, you know, like wave 1, wave 2, etc. You can call it as your team, like, hey, don't hit wave 1, or hit on wave 2, which is the second wave of flashes, etc. Or smoke and then hit in on no waves, like no flashes. So if it was a no wave take, you'd smoke, spools and spawn, and then you'd just go in. And a lot of times, it really depends on how the CTs are playing, but a lot of times people will play counter flash. Like these guys aren't gonna flash until they get flash. You know what I mean? Like they're counter flashing. So if you don't flash, sometimes you can catch them off guard with flashes in their hand or something. So there's plenty of ways to switch up takes and juke your enemy. All right, I'm done. It's 9 o'clock. Holy shit! I just did an hour-and-a-half lesson. What the fuck was that sound? Did I miss a donation from Dave? Can you turn on? I'll turn on the AC. I'm sweating. Okay, enough of you, Eric. We want to see Morgan now do some Q&A. I asked her TNA and she was like, I'm working. She's working right now, actually. Oh, I did answer your question, Dave. Okay. Twitch is hiring an engineer, guys. Alright. I'm done with the lesson. So many different topics to try to cover.